All right. Here we go. Best bets for April 22nd in the association. First up, we got Magic at Cavs. Magic 5.5 point dogs against the Cavs. I like the Magic for the series. Terrell, I liked him game one. Maybe the early start time admittedly was not in my handicap. I think that was not good for them. Cavs aren't great ATS after a win. Magic shot, 32%. They're also Magic are 21-14 ATS after a loss. They actually won the offensive rebounding matchup. They were 10% below their average from the free throw line. I still like this Magic team. I like them catching 5.5. Am I crazy? What are you doing here? Game 2, Magic Cavs.
I think I'm coming around to the fact of this Orlando Magic team might just be too young and not fully developed enough to go through a series. Like I don't know. I just watching that game. I was waiting for somebody to take over, somebody to have that moment and say, "Hey, this is somebody that can lead them to a win in game 2 and further games this series." I don't see it. Like I don't see that dog. Like Paulo Banchero's almost there. He's just really young. This is his first playoff series, second year in the league. So I think that I am kind of flipping on this series, and really, I
Ooh.
don't see why Cleveland can't get this done. Like I saw enough in game 1 that just kind of told me I don't know what adjustments do you make for having a player that you don't have on your roster? You don't have that guy that you can go to
Oof.
late game scenario for
Ice cold.
Orlando. So I Paulo's really, really good. I think that he's almost there, but he's just really young. I think Donovan Mitchell can actually claw this group to a
Hmm.
win and pretty comfortably. I think I like the Cavs to just go ahead and get it done at home and make it 2-0 in the series. I'll lay it 5.5.
Cavs
You got to
roll.
zigzag in this, all right?
I'm
Yeah,
Brian. I'm
I'm
old
zigzag.
school. I love the zigzag.
Yeah,
Are you zigzagging?
I wrote I was
Get out the rolling papers. We're
I
zigzagging.
was it was
But
in between handicap and digital horse races. I was doing a little NBA handicap, and I did write zag down hard for this one. Give me the Magic plus the points, money line. I'm gonna drive the bus off the road with this one because Terrell might be right, but that's fine. I'm not gonna let recency bias affect me yet.
Terrell. So
and
you're
maybe I'll
you're sticking.
switch up, when they go home. When they go to Orlando,
Yeah.
I think that's a really good spot to back Orlando. They've been really, really good at home this season, not as good on the road. So it might be a zig-zag type of thing. Zig-zag. And then we
Zig
get,
zig
a locked
zag
up
zag.
series going in game 5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sean. Ride or die.
Ride
Magic.
or die. We're dying with
Not
the
the next
zigzag.
game though.
Speaking of ride or die, 76ers at the Knicks. Sixers catching 5.5 points. Of course, we're hanging around in that game. They got out to an early lead. Of course, Joel Embiid re-injured himself as he's been known to do.
Hmm.
I'm running it back one more time with the Sixers and the points. I thought overall they played the Knicks pretty well. Did a good job defending Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart has only gotten 20 points 4 times this season.
Dog.
His shooting, I think, was a bit of an outlier there.
He's an irrational confidence guy.
That's true.
That's what he is.
And if the Knicks can find another guy like that in game 2, so be it.
The Garden has fueled a lot of irrational confidence guys over the years.
That is true. It's also funny
Lynn
thinking of
Sanity.
Linsanity.
J.R. Smith, John Starks. We can go down a long list.
All great basketball legends. I'm taking the Sixers again. Give me the points. Embiid is questionable, so again, if you're betting this, make sure he plays. Terrell, tell me why the Sixers are winning and or covering.
Because the Knicks, too many things went right for the Knicks that game. Too many things
Exactly.
went right. And especially, think about Brunson actually didn't have his best game in that game.
No.
That he didn't. And you got a really big contribution from Josh Hart. You got a really big contribution from Deuce McBride coming off the bench. And I think that was the teller. 21 points, 5 threes. I don't think he's going to do that again. And I'm a big fan of Deuce McBride. I really am. But I just don't think he has that in for him every single game in the series, especially not against a coaching matchup like Nick Nurse, where they're going to say, hey, all right, now we got this guy on our radar. We're going to make sure that he doesn't torch us off the bench. And so I'm all over this Philly team to just make the adjustments and Nick Nurse to prove that, hey, Joel Embiid got hurt. Yes, we lost game 1, but we can make adjustments. We're not going to go down in the series and just quit and give up on the road. No, we're going to go in here. We're going to steal a game. We're going to try to hold, serve, at home court. So yeah, I think Nick really makes sense, and this is what I've been waiting for. This is the Philly team that I want to see with Nick Nurse,
let's
the
go.
buzz, and saying, "Hey, I can get us back to a championship." I'm with Philly here. I think Philly's going to get it done.
No, it's the NBA.
Yes, sir.
Send Embiid back to Philly early.
It's only the NBA. Only the NBA.
So let's his knee will be healthy game 3, healthier.
What, Ryan? What's the easiest way to get to a 7-game series, aka get you some ratings? Let the away team win game 2.
No,
this is how you get this. This is how you
get
2-0. Then you start worrying.
The zigzag. This is the zigzag.
This is the zigzag.
No, it does make me a little worried that the number has grown since we first found our New York Knickerbockers. But yeah, come on, the Garden's back. Everyone's hyped. We'll lay it one more time. Like I said, will Embiid play? Do you want to break that here, Sean?
Joel Embiid will play.
Ooh.
Monday night.
If he plays, there's a chance he can get to that 69 minutes played series price that I laid out there.
Oh wow, you had Katie Mox, friend of the program, was like, Ryan, that's mean. I forget
it's never
what
good
she said. She's like, come on, Ryan.
Well, there's 2 levels of Katie shaming me. It's sometimes it's publicly via a Twitter reply. Sometimes it's just a text like this.
Fired off. You went too far here.
I'm like, oh no, that's not good. I'm not. Come on.
No.
This becomes a series when a road team wins a game. This is not the game that happens. Surprised to see that the majority of the bets coming in on the Sixers, but the big bets, aka the money, in on the Knicks.
That's just Turtle. That's just Turtle unloading on the Knicks.
Okay, big fan of Turtle.
Yeah. He's been chirping against the Sixers players. Turtle versus our bench has been a great matchup of this series.
I like the way the Knicks finished the game, and I like the way that some of the irrational confidence guys stood up in the playoffs at home. That's what role players do. They stand up at home, not on the road. So you can have your game 3, not game 2. I'm laying the points. One of the few things I got right this weekend was my big bet on the Knicks. So.
Last game of the slate, Lakers at Nuggets. Nuggets right now laying 7.5 at home against the Lakers. I think, my take on taking the Lakers and the points for the first game was like, hey, they're going to unload. They're going to do everything they can. They're going to give them their best shot game 1. And I think they did. And I think they still came up short. I mean, LeBron and AD had 59 combined, and that fourth quarter, it was pretty clear Nuggets had them in a stranglehold. Even Joker, it was like a quiet 32 points. I mean, LeBron was hitting threes from the logo. And if that's not enough to carry this team, Austin Reeves, I felt like very overwhelmed by the moment. There's just not a lot of outs for this team. And I think they're going to be in trouble here on the quick turnaround. I think Nuggets first quarter is a really good bet. That'll probably be like 2.5. I like that a lot. They're great in the first quarter. Didn't cover the first quarter last game. I think they do this game, but I like them full game as well. Laying 7.5. Terrell, how say you? Nuggets Lakers.
I'm gonna close my eyes and take the 7.5 again. I think these Lakers team really gives them problems. Like I think the Nuggets understand to play, and even though the ball keeps rolling in their favor at time after time after time, it's not easy wins. I don't think they're easy wins by any means, and so I don't know. Maybe I'm falling into the trap, but I just keep thinking, man, this Lakers team has to break through against the Nuggets at some point. They're gonna have to break through, and outside of that, I think it's coming here. It could be here on the road. I thought it was game 1. I'll try it in game 2. The 7.5, I just think it's a tad too many points. This is a closer game.
First quarter, I do like better than full game, but full game, full game side, I would still go Nuggets. But Kramer, what are you doing here?
Similar split profile as the Knicks game, where you're seeing the Nuggets, close to a 50-50 split on the bets, but the handle heavily favoring the Nuggets. Yeah, who watched the first game and is like you said, that could have been their best shot. Again, how do these NBA series work? Generally, they tap out. They realize, okay, we failed to get that. We got to regroup. Game 3, we're at elevation. Who knows if our blood can handle the elevation back-to-back nights? Getting really. I do have some insider info. I got a text from my uncle. Yeah, he said that the wasn't worried about the elevation for the Lakers because they quote have some guys who can get high and ball good. So I don't know if that handicap works because they just look like a team that they made the playoffs. That was their win. They made the playoffs. They got Bronny into Duquesne, and I don't know what's next.
Well, Duquesne's not easy to get in. I got to see Bronny's grades.
CJ's now an alumnus with Bronny James.
Yeah, noted alum, the man in the box, and Bronny James.
That's crazy.
Terrell, before we let you go, give us one bold prediction here or a favorite play for round 1 of the NBA playoffs.
Round 1 bold prediction. Well, bold bet. Let's take 2 teams that lost game 1 and we're going to take them to win the series. And one being the Mavs and how they got destroyed by it didn't look good against
Russell
the Clippers,
Westbrook
but I truly think that they can bounce back. Yeah, like there's a lot going wrong here, and no Kawhi Leonard didn't. But what I do go well for him is whenever they do insert Kawhi back into that lineup, the Clippers love talking about continuity. We need continuity, but yet they tinker with their lineup every game. So I'm gonna fade the Clippers after winning game 1. So fade the Clippers, Mavs for the series, and Suns. I'm gonna take the Suns for the series. I think that Minnesota, that was it. That was their game where they were like, okay, this team kicked our ass all season. So now we finally got some get back. I think the Suns are gonna make a push now.
Yeah, I like the Suns pull out that series as well.